are the globalists going after Christianity? Because they want you totally alone. They don't want you to have any culture. They don't want to have anything that ties a white person or an Arab or a black person as humans together in one ethos or idea. And even if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, like I personally do, doesn't mean I'm on some high horse judging you. What is your ethos? What binds you to other people? Well, leftist ideology is about what color you are and where you came from, and then fighting with each other over it and being controlled by that, when that's the opposite of Martin Luther King Jr., the Christian. Look at Africa. You can fit 3 North Americas inside of it. It's got more resources than any other continent in the world. And it's got, more than 20 countries. But ladies and gentlemen, it is in squalor, it is in warfare, it is in violence. And why is that? Because Christianity was never able to get full control. And not that Christianity is perfect as man implements it, but if you look at Europe, it was just like Africa 2,000 plus years ago. Murder, death, killing, constant war, human sacrifice. In fact, some cases even worse. Africa had more civilization in some areas than Europe. But what happened? Christianity never got down here. Christianity, once it came to Europe, created real stability. Why are the globalists going after Christianity? Because they want you totally alone. They don't want you to have any culture. They don't want to have anything that ties a white person or an Arab or a black person as humans together in one ethos or idea. And even if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, like I personally do, doesn't mean I'm on some high horse judging you. What is your ethos? What binds you to other people? Well, leftist ideology is about what color you are and where you came from, and then fighting with each other over it and being controlled by that, when that's the opposite of Martin Luther King Jr., the Christian. You see, so it's Christians that tried to end slavery. It's Christians that tried to have the Civil War over slavery. It's Christians that got the West to reform much of the planet. And now it's all falling back into the mud because we're losing that, and globalism is being replaced with it. Owen Schroyer has been hosting the broadcast today. He's been doing a great job. We're going to have coming up in the next segment Dr. Nick Begich, who's an amazing individual. He's going to be breaking down the science of control, the science of censorship, the science of weather modification. In fact, you might want to introduce him later when he comes on next segment, just to get him to get into that, because they made fun of you about that.
Right.
When they admit there's real weather weapons. And all we're saying is, wow, look at this meteorology. So that's all coming up. But Owen, I want to just say you've been really kicking butt. And you're wanted to pull a doubleheader today, hosting this show. I got a bunch of stuff done. And you're going to be hosting the War Room coming up in just about an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward. My guest is going to be Christopher Nyweem. He's done a lot of work with President Trump when it comes to veterans affairs, working with the veterans, getting them proper health care. So I'm going to get an update with him as far as where the VA stands, and since Trump is coming off.
You're having a veteran special.
Yeah, Veterans Call-In Show special, as well as, what the military thinks about what Trump has done in response to everything Obama did to kind of ratchet it back. So we're going to be talking a lot about the military and taking military calls from veterans on the War Room with Christopher Nyweem. But it's always fun to host the Alex Jones Show. This is the biggest audience and the most active audience in the world.
They're trying to crush you. They're trying to crush us. But nothing can stop you spreading the word. Infowars.com/show, signing up for the free podcast, and telling other people about it. We're number 1 on Android and on Apple. Millions and millions of downloads. They took us from number 1. We're not even listed now, but you can still find the apps. That's because they're scared. They don't want to validate that nationalism and populism and the Christian, Judaic-Christian ethos is back, and that from Russia to the United States, from Brazil to you name it, people are awakening to the globalist plan of dehumanization to make us alone and to make us controlled. Now, I'm going to go ahead and end this segment here because I want to go to part of a Paul Joseph Watson report that's really critical. And then when we come back, Dr. Nick Begich is going to be on, and so much more. But again, ladies and gentlemen, without you supporting us, without you spreading the word about the broadcast, we're nothing. But the president's awake now. He's taking action. You're taking action. We're only 67 days out from the election. I want to thank all our AM and FM affiliates. I want to thank our TV affiliates, our cable affiliates, all over the country, from Chicago to Houston, Texas. And I want to just ask all our listeners watching local TV or listening to local radio, thank that station. Thank their sponsors. Become a sponsor. It takes money and information warfare to do this. So just don't think about InfoWars today. Think about the affiliates you're listening to and how precious it is that you can tell people at the grocery store or church, get up there in front of the church, and speak. Most churches will have you do that and talk about the Chinese communist mark of the beast that Apple's identifying, and Facebook coming out and saying they'll track everything you do and won't let you operate or talk to people if you don't support globalism and one world religion and all of this. We are being socially engineered. That's what the big tech's about. That's what these systems that nudge us and manipulate us and control us are all about. So the fight is now, and I'm so proud of all of you, the fact that humanity is now fighting back. Just briefly, again, these specials are about to end. Ultimate Bone Broth Formula, ladies and gentlemen. The very best out there. It's only $19.95. It'll probably never be that price again. So I put a huge order in. It's amazing. Find out about the health benefits of that. Find out about bodies about to sell out. InfoWarsStore.com. Get free shipping on orders $50 or more and get additional 10% off on any order when you sign up for auto ship. Cancel anytime. You've stood with us is why we're still here. And if you continue to stand with us, we're going to have a future. All right, Owen's got to go on live right now. Let's go in the control room real quick. Again, ladies and gentlemen, inside the house of Islam is Islam. Outside of Islam is the house of war. Think about that. Think about the facts of the universe. Think about communist China that executes gays. Okay, it executes Buddhists and Christians, but Tim Cook of Apple will say absolutely nothing about it. Start thinking about all the fraud that you're sold. Start thinking about how they're lying to you. Start thinking about how they are manipulating you, and break through from the conditioning right now. We are fighting as hard as we can, but we can't do it without your help. We are fighting to get the major issues out in front of people, and you're doing it as well, and it's actually working. But the enemy's striking back with everything they've got. So now we've got to strike back with the truth. We are doing our best. History is happening now. And I'm just, again, thanking you for what you've done, thanking you for your action, and want to salute you all and ask you now to pray. But then once you get your heart right with God, to then get out there and take legal, lawful, political, peaceful action against the globalists, because the false flags are coming, the globalists are gearing up, and now is the time to be awake and involved. You can feel it, you can see it. Okay, Infowars.com, Newswars.com. Now, folks can tune back into the live feed with Owen Schroyer, Dr. Nick Begich, and so much more. History's happening now. Please be part of it.
Someone very profoundly once said many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
You gonna hit me? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
After the success of Alpha Power, we decided to make a new powerhouse vitality formula built with the female biochemistry in mind. After searching for the incredible ingredients to meet those needs, we're proud to bring you Ultimate Female Force. All Info Warriors know how important keeping up with their vitality truly is. With all the changes to diets, stress, and other outside forces, keeping your metabolism and well-being up is getting more difficult. That's why Ultimate Female Force is such a powerhouse formula. Together with Super Female Vitality or by itself, Ultimate Female Force is just what you need to help boost your metabolism and support your physical and mental energy levels. With the powerful root-based formula, Ultimate Female Force can help you reach your true peak potential. Don't wait to see what you can really do. Show the world what true female power looks like with Ultimate Female Force at InfoWarsStore.com.